name is Chopper. Some of you may know me from Twitter, some of you may not. My name is Michael O'Keefe.
No worries,
I'm a member of the National Party. And I'm here today to tell you bastards in there that we have had enough! Yeah! 3 phrases I want you to repeat for me today. Enough is enough! Open the pubs! Open Ireland! The reason I'm here today, about 6 months ago we lived in a country with relative freedom. Now we live in a country that resembles China, a totalitarian state where we're forced to wear masks going into pubs and going into shops. We're told who we can and we cannot see. We're told how many people we can have in our house with us. And I'm here to say no more. Yep. Enough is enough! Enough is enough! While you're told who you can visit, while you're not allowed to attend your granny's funeral, while the women in your life can't get breast cancer scans or cervical check scans, politicians gather by the 80 up in Clifton to go on the beer. Enough is enough! Enough is enough! We're called many things for showing up to these protests. A lot of people look at us negatively. They put every name out under the sun. Anti-science conspiracy theorists. The only conspiracy theorists are the one pushing this COVID bollocks, if you ask me. Yes! Yes! The numbers are very, very clear. The deaths in 2020 are below the average for the last 5 years. The pandemic, or the scandemic as I like to call it, is not legitimate. With people dying in nursing homes, with people dying on the streets, with people killing themselves because of this lockdown. Enough is enough! Enough is enough! We're supposed to have a few speakers here today. Gran Torino was supposed to be headline. Unfortunately, he had to pull out at the last minute due to transportation concerns. He's stuck in Wicklow, but we'll plough on without him. We have a couple of people that want to say a few words today. I'm going to bring them up in a while. But first, I just want to make it clear. These marches won't stop. These marches are going to continue every week until we see these restrictions taken down by this lot in here. I refuse to bow. I refuse to kneel. I refuse to put a mask on me. I'm a free man of Ireland and nobody will tell me how to act, where I can go or who I should be with. We see scenes on RTE, we see scenes in the papers and online, on your Facebook page. People can't attend their granny's funeral. Funerals with 2 people there. People be put in the ground. Women giving birth to children and the husband or the father of the child can't even be beside them. All the while, we have companies like Keelings flying in Bulgarians to pick strawberries. Enough is enough! Enough is enough! I'm going to bring up someone you all know very well now. You might have seen his YouTube videos. He goes by the name of Critique. And he's not shy about saying a few words. Give it up for Critique, everybody.
Thanks, Doctor. Thanks a lot. This is different from the usual few words I give, which are into a camera lens. But yeah, I'll give it a few words. I have them written down there. But enough is enough. That is the main message here. I didn't mind going along with these restrictions and this lockdown last February or March when we were seeing pictures from around the world of from Italy and places like that of coffins and stuff. But at this stage we can see that it is not justified. You can't justify locking down the country over 4 deaths in the whole month of August while people are throwing themselves into the Liffey practically in the last week because of mental health issues, because 2 in the last week, because that's only in Dublin. Correct. So yeah, it doesn't justify, it's not justified anymore. Going along with this is not justified anymore. So I just have to look down at my notes because we're getting so many different messages with this as well. Last February the World Health Organization said don't wear masks, we shouldn't use masks, masks will only be a bad thing, are a place where bacteria can breathe. But now that message is completely changed. Now everybody has to wear a mask, even if you're getting a bus, even if you're going to a pub, even if you're going into a shop, you have to wear a mask, and it doesn't make sense. It causes social isolation. It causes people not to interact with each other, and it causes mental health issues in the long run. That is what it causes. So we have to say what Chopper said: enough is enough.
Enough is enough!
And then I find out in the last few months from talking to Dr. Marcus de Bruin on a live stream that YouTube have taken down now because it's not politically correct, that one of the people who is telling the Irish people to wear masks, and he keeps advocating it, is Professor Luke O'Neill, who actually, we have since discovered, is on the board of directors of a company that makes ingredients for the vaccine that you would be forced to take in order to not wear this mask. So there is corruption involved in this. That is it. Shame. Shame on him, exactly. But yeah, while this is going on, there is other things happening as well behind the scenes that I want to mention here as well that we talked about the last day. TDs and senators scheming and sneaking around trying to change laws. One of the pre-governmental formation, one of the things that were in the pre-government talks was to allow 16-year-olds to change their gender without consent from their parents.
10-year-olds.
That is just completely wrong.
10-year-olds.
Yeah, 10-year-olds will be taught about this, and 16-year-olds will be able to do it without consent from their parents.
And it will happen as
we should
well
not take our eye off the ball on that issue either. You know, we have to end this lockdown, but we have to also be opposed to this, allowing 16-year-olds to change their gender without parental consent, which means they can take a load of tablets to stop their natural process of puberty taking place at 16 years of age, when you don't have the sense to decide these things for yourself. So more shame. We have to keep on that as well, and that is Sinn Féin and the Greens that are pushing those agendas.
Yep.
Okay. Now, yeah, and we can see when you look to Britain, when they started teaching this ideology to kids back in 2010, and then you look at it to now, the people that identify as being in the wrong body have rose up by 4,200%. So that means, it's like what a man said that I had on a stream recently, Walt Hyre. They are manufacturing transgenders. It is an ideology. And once you affirm that to a child, it is child abuse. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We should not put up with it.
Enough is enough!
Enough is enough. Exactly, lads. Enough is enough. So I'll just finish on these 3 words. One is lift the lockdown. This lockdown is not justified anymore. It's not good for people's mental health. Get out with gas. The guards should not be allowed into our houses without a search warrant. Never, never, ever. And finally, leave the kids alone. Leave the kids alone. Let them be kids. Off our streets. Thanks for